Don't push me. You have no right. We wait for you guys to get free. I'm not you. You have no right. Well, this is a Citizen TV reporter Stephen Leto, who has just been assaulted by GSU officers for no apparent reason. As I did mention earlier, there was a growing contingent of General Service Unit police officers here and regular police officers here. And in the snap of a moment, Stephen Leto found himself on the ground, courtesy of police officers, specifically General Service Unit police officers. It is not only Stephen Leto who has been injured here. One of our own, my own cameraman. Very well. My camera has also been assaulted by this particular General Service Unit officers, and it is not clear why they have taken this particular action. Fellow journalists perhaps trying to see whatever they can do to their colleague Stephen Leto, who now is perhaps being taken to a vehicle that we may not be able to see very clearly at this moment. So that is Citizen TV reporter Stephen Leto being led away by fellow journalists, and he's actually being led away to a curb where he's going to be taken to hospital. Leto has been injured on his leg and other parts of his body. Like I told you, many journalists have been assaulted here. Our own cameraman Calvin Somondi as well has been assaulted by the same General Service Unit officers. Just about 10-15 minutes back, a build-up of General Service Unit and regular police officers around here, and they appeared to be in a formation that was suggesting they're about to conduct a sting operation. And in the snap of a moment, the journalists were down, and you can now see another contingent running on the backside of this holding area. It is not clear whether Miguna Miguna is perhaps set to be released on the other side or if it's a decoy. Businessman Jimmy Wanjigi has also been mishandled by the General Service Unit officers, pushed to the ground, and he had to push back his way up. It is not clear who issued this particular command and for what reasons, because the situation here did not demand that such particular action be taken. Well, it's now proving to be a game of cat and mouse as police officers continue to engage citizens here and the people here in a cat and mouse game. We are trying to get a comment perhaps from the police officers here. Afande, pengine unaweza kutuelezea ni kwa nini maafisa wamewavamia waandishi wa habari? No, we just want a comment from you. Why perhaps the police officers have decided to take this particular action? I just want to get a comment from you or get a comment from your superiors. Well, as you can see, this door has been firmly locked. The police officers, mainly General Service Unit officers, grouped on one side. These are the officers who minutes ago have assaulted Citizen TV reporter Stephen Leto, businessman Jimmy Wanjigi, NASA TV cameraman Calvin Somondi, amongst other journalists who have been assaulted. Some shots were fired in the air. It's not we are not sure whether it was rubber bullets or it was live bullets. So Terminal 1E, basically the International Arrivals Center at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, is now a ground where there's a lot of cat and mouse battles going on. We are trying to compile the exact number of persons who are injured, but Stephen Leto has since been rushed to hospital. He was visibly in a lot of pain, injured in his leg and other parts of his body. We are not sure if he has internal injuries and can only hope that all will be well with him. As it stands, businessman Jimmy Wanjigi is still outside this holding area. His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga is inside the holding area with NRM General Miguna Miguna and a battery of lawyers, including Siaya Senator, who is now the minority leader in the Senate Assembly, James Agre Orengo. From this side, you may not be able to see anybody here, but beyond the door, the second door, is actually where Miguna Miguna, His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, and his battery of lawyers are actually holed up. We are not sure why such a large contingent of General Service Unit police officers and regular police officers have been deployed there. So we are trying to go back to our earlier position to see if that door that has been locked for so long, for over 8.5 hours, can be opened and this standoff can end. Clearly the events here were not expected. Many who came here at around midday thought this will be a very quick affair where Miguna Miguna will come in and just get out and go on around with his business. Well, this is turning out to be something else altogether, and I do not think any of us or Kenyans did expect this unfortunate turn of events. Well, there is a lot of right now, considering that this is an international airport. It is difficult to imagine what perhaps somebody who's coming into the country for the first time will be experiencing. We just want to get perhaps a view or two from a police officer who appears to have courtesy to speak to us.
Excuse me. Please, just come over this side, Bonnie. As you can see now, the earlier pictures were showing you of the entrance where Miguna is surrounded by officers. Heavy contingent of officers. Here, one of the officers, tools that they have used.
I want to tell you, ndugu yangu.
Yes.
There is an officer here who I am trying to identify. Where's the camera? There is an officer I am trying to identify.
Right.
Who had the audacity to hit me on the head.
Yes.
And they are refusing me to identify that officer, who I want charged with criminal charges.
Right.
Okay? They are refusing me to point him out.
Yes.
And I'm saying I want to report a crime.
Yes.
Of somebody who has not only hit me but hit several other people here.
Right.
And they are refusing me to identify that individual.
Did you have a clear glimpse of him?
Yes. Yes. A very clear glimpse of him. A GSU officer.
Apart from yourself, because we did witness you and we captured you on camera being shoved around, who else perhaps did you notice that?
There were several people, including I think one cameraman from the news.
Right.
I think he was from KTN.
Right.
Who got beaten very badly here by the same similar GSU officers.
It was one officer.
It was one officer who was rampage.
I am somebody who has a metal implant in both legs, and I was saved by the wall. The one officer was as rough as the word rough itself.
Right.
Yes, and he hit the cameraman, and he hit this man.
Right.
Yes.
And perhaps we had your conversation when you wanted to know who has the key. One of the answers we have had was that the officer with the key is not here.
Yes.
I mean, is this continuation of perhaps what you've experienced?
What we've understood is that from my good friends inside, is that they are now being held in custody.
Right.
All of them.
All of them?
Who is
include everybody that is there with Miguna Miguna.
Yes.
That is all the lawyers, led by James Orengo and Haminwa. And they are now seemingly coming out.
Okay. Maybe we could. Okay, madam, maybe you can tell us
please, you cannot move.
Why we are not allowed to go beyond here. It's instruction from who?
No, why are we going the other way around? We are coming out.
Just to go to the other side.
Just to go to the other side.
No, you know, you people, please. This is not a police state. We are not causing chaos. Have we got stones? We have nothing.
We are just telling you.
We have nothing. What's wrong with you?
Go to the other side.
We are not.
You just go and meet them. Who's there? Jimmy is there. And when
Okay. Well, we can just now see the NASA coalition leader and the president, His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, just coming out of this particular holding area, and maybe we just want to cut a quick glimpse and a word from him.
What's happening here? Would you please say something, sir?
Yeah, okay.
No?
Where's the vehicle?
Would you please say something? Has he been taken out of the country again as they threatened to do so? They had threatened to take him out of the country to Dubai. Have they done so? All right. You don't know. All right. Honorable Raila Odinga, who has been here for slightly over an hour, exiting.
Well, you can see pictures of His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga just going into his car there. And it is not clear what has transpired here. We do hope that we could get a comment from the Senate Minority Leader, James Aggrey Orengo. Well, there goes the vehicle of the People's President, His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, and
all right, thank you. There we go.
So Senator James Aggrey Orengo just addressing journalists here.
All right, so talk to us about what transpired.
We have had a long standoff. You know me, I came a little later, but Senior Counsel Dr. John Hamina has been here since the touchdown when the plane flew in from Dubai. As you know, the only reason why Miguna traveled back was in compliance with the court order, which had directed that he should come back to the country in accordance with the orders of the court. And the Kenya National Commission for Human Rights, which is a constitutional body, was mandated by the court to oversee Miguna's entry back to the country. And the court had directed that the government departments, the relevant government authority, should give Miguna a safe